Hello everybody, it's time to have a look again at the stock market. So here we have the S&P 500 and in my opinion we might push a little bit further down. So the region where I'm looking at is this one, which I circled in white over here. So I've mentioned here what the confluences are that I see. So we have a daily support line, which is here, this blue line. This lines up with the golden zone from this low from the 1st of October till our all-time high. And so then also if we have a look at the uptrend we had from the 1st of October till the all-time high, then you can see we have the value area low around the same level of this daily support. And then also if we have a look and zoom a bit out, and then here you can see this orange line with the P next to it, and then this orange line. So this is the yearly pivot, so the traditional one and the woody one, so both are shown here. So this is an interesting zone for algorithms to trade in, because if we have a look what happened last year, let's see, January, so here was the pivot, so we were way above when we opened in January. So we did go all the way up. Here we have the R1. Not much happened when we did go through. At a given moment we find resistance over here and we come down and we retest this R1 as support. We did close one day below and the next day we're above again. Then look what happens at the second R1. There we find resistance. We come all the way down to retest again R1 as support. It was support, and then we did go all the way up again. Somewhere halfway we find resistance. We come down, retest R1, find support, shoot up, come down quickly to retest R1 as support, and then we shoot up to test R2 as resistance. And here you can see the all-time high was just at the R2 level. So the days before we were just below and the all-time high touched this one. So we found resistance and now we're coming back again. So we have this daily support over here, but I think this one will okay, it might still hold as support, because we still have this major red trend line, as you can see here. So we got our first touch, then come up again, and now we will have our second touch. It might hold as support, but I think there's more confluence if we come down a bit lower and then from there shoot up. So if we fail to have a nice bullish candle and then we test this red line as resistance, then I'm afraid we look for much more to the downside. So this daily, which is at how much, 4,584 if you round it up, if that one starts to act as resistance, then we have to be very careful. Then there will be more to the downside. So for now, that's what I'm looking at, this zone. So this is the 4,460 zone where we might find support. So what I want to see is quick coming down and then shoot up. So yeah, for now, what do we have below us? We have this weekly support here in yellow at the 4,535. Daily support 4,510, and then this zone here as last support. Then gold doing very well today. So we're retesting this green trend line. So in the past, let's remove the harmonic pattern. In the past, it was nicely, it could hold nicely. Then we did fall through once, did fall through the second time, retested, was more or less resistance, pushed up, then closed again below it, retesting as resistance. And now it looks like we're coming above again. And I think we slowly can forget this trend line because here it starts to get messy. But anyway, we still have our targets over here, so this is all looking nice. Same for silver as well, almost 3% up today. So here we have the yearly pivot. So it looks like we are coming into this zone for a test. Maybe in the coming days this will start to act as resistance and we come down again a bit in order to finally retest it as support, because we still have here this red resistance line above us. So this is still one to watch. Then what else do we have for Forex? We have the Canadian versus the Hong Kong dollar. So this one is now also at this resistance line from the triangle. DXY retest again of this green trend line and we are above again. This one we can forget. Euro Czech koruna. It did fall completely through, so this is no longer valid, and I think I'm gonna have to see how this one develops further. Let's see whether we can hold above this point A, and then maybe we are developing a much bigger pattern. So for now, I'm going to remove this one. It's not useful anymore. Alibaba. So here we have our harmonic pattern. So this one is nicely coming up. So all looking good. Oh yeah, this is an interesting one. Look at this. Gold, the S&P 500 compared to gold. So when this is in a downtrend, it means gold is outperforming the S&P 500. So this starts to look really interesting now. It looks like this will be the moment where you better rotate into gold rather than into the S&P 500. So yeah, this is now one which will be interesting to watch. We were struggling for a long time with this 2.63, 2.65 region, and it looks like we now finally got rejected from it. Deutsche Bank, so the worst child in the classroom. It's for now still holding up. Johnson & Johnson, also here, still the harmonic pattern, still nicely coming to the downside. If the rumors are correct and they will stop vaccinating in the UK, then I think this will be very bearish news for the vaccine producers. So this might cause a really big drop. So we have to be careful. Earnings are coming up as well. That's always a volatile period. LQD, so investment grade corporate bonds, still coming down. If we take the harmonic patterns on, I believe there was a deep crab. Yeah, here we go. This can be an interesting trade. I like to trade deep crabs because they it's a major sign of oversold, of overbought conditions. So in this case, oversold, and then you get quite a fast reaction in the opposite direction, so you get your profits quite fast. GDX, look at this one, 6% up, very nice, very nice. Then a new trade is NVDA. So what do we have here? So as usual, in the golden zone from the low to the high, that's where we are now. If we look at the volume profile from this up leg, then we're at the high volume node, and then the value area low is just a bit below. So we also form this bat pattern. So for that, the take profit is here at 287, and the second take profit is almost 310. So you can trade the harmonic pattern, or let's have a look again at the pivot points from last year. So we did start the year somewhere in between the P pivot and the R1. So we're a bit hovering in between. We get through R1, and then look what happens. Here we have R2, rejection, support R1, rejection R2, coming back, not as low to retest the R1. We shoot above, retest R2, shoot up, come down below, up again, find support, and then all the way up. Here we have R3. What happens? Actually nothing. We shoot completely up. This was plus 12%. And then was the next level. This is R4. And look at this. The all-time high was, we opened at the R4, pushed a little bit higher, and then got completely rejected. Then a few days later, again, retest R4 as resistance, and now we get completely rejected. So what do we have now? Here you can see the pivot line, and then the other one is a bit below. And that's where we are now. And that's where I had my orders ready. So I'm looking for this last pivot line as support. So you can take this trade from here. So this would be a risk to reward of 3.3. And if you want to play the pivots, since they got so well respected, you can look at taking profit at 388. So that would be a 51% profit with a risk to reward of 8.13. So that's a very nice one. Then we have SAM, which is the Boston Beer Company. Also a very nice trade, this one. So I've mentioned it here, double bottom. It's actually a swing failure pattern. So you take out the stop losses below the lows here, and then you shoot up. So we still have monthly support, which is from here, August 2019, got very well respected. Yeah, look at this candle from the 14th of January. Look at the volume, high selling volume. But what did the price do? Let's see. Okay, this one is minus 8.11%. Okay, that's because you have this gap. But if you look at price action, your open was here and your close here. So there was a big fight to the downside, big one to the upside, and then at the end there was not much price action. So when you see such pattern, that's quite bullish. So a lot of people were trading over here, and look at this one today, plus 5%. And then, of course, harmonic pattern, crap or bad. You can choose which one you want to trade. Of course, your take profit targets are a bit different. What am I looking at? It's more to the upside, because here we have a gigantic gap, which I marked in this red box. So this is between, let's say, 746 and 919. So this will be a nice one to get filled. So if you would get in now, so you would put your stop loss somewhere, yeah, let's see, 13% below. But look at this to the upside. You have almost 100% to the upside. Risk to reward 7.5. This is a perfect trade. Yeah, then crude oil. So this is via the turtle strategy. So this one is also doing very nice. So here we had the first buy signal, second. Last week we got the third buy signal. So let's have a look. The virtual profit for this one would already be 12%. So this one is doing well. You can pay your gasoline bills with this trade. Yeah, okay. So that's it for the stock market. See you in the next one. Bye bye.